Hello friends, welcome back. I'll be giving you an informative take on what teams you should be working on next to properly prepare for Sector 2 of Time-Space Junction, as well as the upcoming 1.3 update in 2 weeks time. If you have any questions or suggestions for videos you'd like to see, please leave them in the comments below as I'm eager to share my knowledge with you guys. This video is more focused towards endgame and being optimal with your resources, so take what I say with a pinch of salt. I'm not telling you this is exactly what you should be doing, rather a suggestion to ensure that you can comfortably clear the upcoming content with minimal struggle. So we know that Sector 2 of Time-Space Junction will be weak to Holy and Ice. Jericho is the only ice burst we have, so if you've already built her, you're good to go. If you do not have Escanor, you might find yourself in a weird situation. As long as you have either King or Manny, you should be fine building one of them to be your main DPS for Sector 2. If you do have Holy Escanor and Jericho, you should have no problems clearing it whatsoever. For Manny, she sadly will not be at her full potential in this current patch, as none of her engraved gear actually supports her DPS spec, which is the longsword. If King is your only option for main DPS, you might want to take a look at crafting his engraved Sin of Sloth gear. Though I don't recommend you do this, King is one of the worst SSRs in the game, in my opinion. You'd be better off pulling Escanor through Pity if you haven't already. With that being said, if your account is simply not in a position to clear Sector 2 on release, just revisit it once you have the required heroes, no stress. Even though it's not officially confirmed, the speculation regarding Clotho is she will be a wind burst, ice support, and wind DPS. With Galen being weak to wind, it's a guarantee that one of sectors 3 or 4 will be weak to wind to coincide with the update. With patch 1.1 bringing the Earth team to life and 1.2 doing the same for fire, I'd say it's a safe bet to expect the same for 1.3 bringing wind and ice. Currently, the wind team isn't in the greatest spot due to Tristan being quite terrible at burst, requiring at least P7 plus his new engraved to burst efficiently and decently. If you do decide to pull for Clotho, she can be your new burst and your wind team would look something like this. Clotho, Elena's main DPS, Daisy, and either Hauser or Manny support. Personally, I'd lean towards Hauser because of his secure adventure engraved being so broken, especially at level 3, over Manny. Elaine buffs her own crit chance and crit damage, and between her buffs and Daisy's, crit defense reduction from Hauser will gain you more DPS than Manny's crit damage buff. Though if you already have Manny built and not Hauser, you can just use her instead. Next is Ice. As mentioned earlier, Manny does not have a dedicated engrave for longsword, so even though you technically can run the Ice team already with Jericho, Manny, Daisy, and a flex fourth, such as Melly, Holy Escanor, Hauser, Slater, etc. If Clotho is indeed ice support, then it's an easy fix to the team, provided the devs actually give Manny her DPS engrave in patch 1.3, so you can build that team accordingly. Finally, we have Lightning. The Furzen boss is weak to Lightning, so I expect one of sectors 3 and 4 to be weak to it. We do know that Merlin will have a Lightning spec, though with her release being 5+ weeks away, we can't definitively say for now. If you have Gil at P5, he is an exceptional burst hero and worth building, and at P10 he is literally one of the best bursters in the game, top 3 in my opinion, between Jericho and Rapier Gila. Though I might be biased, as my Gil Thunder has 71% burst efficiency. Drake is quite hard to build in the sense that he can make use of many different stats, some of them being crit chance, crit damage, cooldown reduction, ultimate move damage, lightning damage, etc. Though I heard from a dedicated Drake main on the 7 Deadly Sins Discord that his best in slot gear does not even use his engrave. Take this example with a pinch of salt, however since we do not have a lightning DPS besides Drake, we may be forced to build him for the upcoming sector. For the lightning team we can run Gil, Drake, Daisy, and another flex hero, and it should be just fine. Regarding other teams, Earth is essentially dead this patch if you're no longer running Abyss, Gila, and Orgot. Though Diane and Daisy are very popular, I'd assume many players have them built already. If the devs throw us a curveball and decide to use Earth as an element in one of the upcoming sectors, this might be too much to take in at first because I'm telling you build this unit, build that unit, especially if you're low on keys. So my main suggestion would be working on Ice and Holy first, as that is going to be the very next sector we get in a few days from now. Once you've built your Ice/Holy team, the next suggestion I'd give you is to work on Lightning next, as it's not too heavy in investment, as it's just 2 characters pretty much. As long as you already built Daisy, you should be fine to just build Gil Thunder and Drake. And lastly, I think it's best to leave the Wind team for last, as it's going to require the most work for sure, and patch 1.3 is 2 weeks away. The basic math, I'd say from today till next patch, we should have around 1000 keys to work with from the dailies and weekly key resets. Building a hero costs between 250 to 300 keys, or less if you have materials saved saved up, so you should be able to smash out around 3 to 5 heroes in that time frame. If you're struggling with keys and you still need to farm older dungeons for Star Guardian and Revived Nightmare and Grave pieces, then take your time. There's really no need to rush. This is all just speculation mostly and just a guideline for what you should be doing. You can always play at your own pace and enjoy the game in whichever way you'd like to enjoy it. That will be all for this video. Leave a like, subscribe if you enjoyed it, and until next time, take care.